For everybody who wonders what scrapping with Grandpa left-handed Paul does on our spare time when we're not scrapping. When they installed it, they put it down too close to the roof. This is Hardie board. You don't want that stuff touching your roof, your shingles. You want to have that up about 3/4 of an inch. So that's what we're doing today. Oh, by the way, if you do something like this, you're going to want one of these or 2 of these. They're called pitch hoppers. It's my favorite tool. I'm actually just sitting on one. Let's see if I can get this. This is my seat. And this is the pitch of the roof. Yeah, it's a little bit steep. These things are lifesavers. Scrapping with Grandpa, left-handed Paul. This is our project for the day. Because of it being so tight, it builds up all kinds of garbage behind it, and it stops. You can see where it went on top of that piece. See, so the water's coming down and going on top of that piece and coming out. But you cannot put this stuff on the roof, guys. You will cause yourself so many problems. Keep it up 3/4 of an inch. If you're in a snow zone, keep it up 2 inches, and make sure you have your contractor paint all bare edges. This was all blind nailed. They don't allow this stuff to be blind nailed in the state of North Carolina because of the high winds we have. So we're going to be face nailing on Raptors or joists. We'll find every one of them wherever they nailed that in their runs, make a line, and we'll run our nails accordingly so they look neat, uniform. Huh? That first one only. I always lay down a piece of Hardie board and I cut that out because there was no water flow through there. You gotta have water flow here. And the Hardie board wants to sit right against the roof right there. And that's gonna be how you run your siding. So it's gonna be perfect. Perfect. That's the way you run your siding. Do not put your siding down against your shingles. And make sure you paint that bottom edge every time. Most important step, paint them edges. Anything that's been cut, you have to, absolutely. That you got me, Paul.
This is paint on the bottom now.
Okay.
You got the cork gun?
I need that. I don't need the cork. Yeah, I need the cork gun. Where's that? Put a little bit on this bottom one here for sure. Put it right in it good. Uno.
Okay, first one and second one, yours.
Thank you. Uno, dos, cuatro, cinco, seis. You want to put that right in a nice bead of caulking for sure. And drill it. Come on now. Paul, flimsy ass nails.
Oh yeah?
No, I don't like them. Yeah, I'm gonna need all the holes in the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need a drill for that. We're a little off on our length too. Look, that's supposed to be the top of our board, so we need to increase the length. Excuse me?
What does it look like on this side? You square it in?
Same exact thing. I don't have a square.
I'll give it to you.
I gave it to you. Yeah, it's low. It's low. It's going 6 1/8 every time. That's where it should be. And I can't do that right now. Can't do that right now, Paul. But I will stretch it a shade on this particular one. I'm going up here with this one. Gonna have to be a little longer. Huh? You might not be able to. Now I'll go here, put my nails in that run. What's that, Paul? I hear them. most important part about doing a job like this is running that piece right there. See a piece's butt to it, which leaves you a gap underneath, painted. We have a 6 1/8 reveal all the way up, so that's pretty simple too. Simple. Like to keep it as simple as we can. Still gonna need a cork gun for sure. Nice piece on the bottom all the way up. Plenty of water flow under the piece of trim. In the front, you do not want to slow that water down. When that water hits the back of that board right there, yeah, that's gonna stop the water from going down and this deteriorate everything. So now, next time it rains, anyways, I'll wash all this crap off of here and it won't be sticking up under there and the boards won't deteriorate like they did before. So all I gotta do is put that trim board up on top that I broke and we'll be good to go. This thing right here is called the pitch hopper. Pitch hopper. Pitch hopper. Boy, they make getting up on something like this. This is a 12-12, 45 degrees. You do not want to be up on 45 degrees on a cushion like that. Good for holding tools, but not good for your body. All right, I'm gonna tear this crap out of here. Yeah, just fall apart. Terrible. Working my way up the other side. All these were blind nailed, and when I say blind nailed, that means the nails were up here, leaving the bottoms loose. We're in the 110-mile-an-hour wind zone. They don't allow us to do that here. So when this place was built 20 years ago and they put this stuff up, it was allowed. Now it's not allowed, and you have to face nail it in order for it to be warranted in the 110-mile-an-hour wind zone. So I've got 5 more pieces on this side, and this dormer will be finished. 5 more. And another one's gone, another one's gone, another one bites the dust. Yes, sir. Side number 2. All we have to do is put the trim board on the top. Don't have it with us. Didn't know it was going to break. We'll do that tomorrow. Beautifulness. Paul down there painting. Just so everybody knows, this is what we do. Not very often, but occasionally. Occasionally. This is St. James Golf Course. I pick up a lot of my scrap metal in here too, so beautiful place. All right, Paul, I'm coming down. See how easy that stuff would come off if the wind blew? Amazing. You don't want that. So we face nail it, but we're getting ready to start this side. Get it up off that roof. Look how it's actually behind the shingles right here, and that's terrible. Hardie board does not belong down here. Look it up anywhere on YouTube and you will not find Hardie board touching any surface. They like 2 inches, especially if you have any snow. So while I was here looking again, he asked me to take this window off, and I actually got down here and looked at the front. So I looked over there, I'm like, oh, okay, well, we only have to take it off to there because it only goes part way. But I looked a little closer. That's there because it's cracked, not because it's the end of a board. So, looks like I'm gonna take it out all the way over to here. I'm gonna try to just take it out to this one because these are not face nailed. What I do is, like I did on the other side, I use my little Dremel tool. My Dremel tool, break the caulking. Try to pull this one out the minimum you can, because there's only nails in the top of this board. There's none in the face of this one. And then you want to try to get them nails out without breaking this piece. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. You don't want to keep on going, that's for sure, and end up at the top. So it's a little challenge. Since we're in the 110 mile an hour wind zone, this is some of the type of storm type things they put over their windows around here. They have others. This is one of the pretty common ones. And it's just a big, heavy 1/4-inch piece of plexiglass with a screw thing just screwed in about every 12 inches or so. Pretty cool though. But you gotta remember, everything is done here a little bit different than it is in a lot of other places. Like Florida, it's done different than it is in a lot of other places. They have building codes that are different than a lot of other places. So some people think, oh, that's not the way we do it here. Well, just remember, that's a very good possibility. That's not the way they do it here. Also remember that building codes are different. United States is a completely different place when you go from the East Coast to the West Coast, or from Michigan to Florida or whatever. Temperatures aren't the same. Building codes aren't the same. Wind codes aren't the same. I mean, we have hurricanes. We live in a hurricane place, man. Right on the beach, right on the coast. Look up 28461, Southport, North Carolina. You will find Drew, by God. You'll find Drew. You'll find me in more ways than one, though. You'll also find me as a scrapper if you was to go on to my other YouTube channel, which is a whole lot different than roofing. So that's Scrapping with Grandpa. And they call me Grandpa. And you should check out Scrapping with Grandpa, hanging out with Incognito. That's the video I want everybody to see. Scrapping with Grandpa. You don't even have to put hanging out. Just Scrapping with Grandpa and Incognito. And tell me if you at least get a laugh. I mean, everybody could use a good laugh nowadays. It's 2022 and things ain't been the best. Got one more missing here. Here it is right here. So anyways, our project is removing the siding on these sides and on this front. We had to cut that corner up. When they installed it, it was just way too close. So we'd like to bring it up at least that much. So we run a board on the roof and we cut our pieces to that. This piece on the front didn't intentionally plan on replacing. And the reason why we did is because it had a nail. It busted it. Like you've probably seen it a little bit earlier. It nailed it pretty low. So we're gonna change that out to a piece of regular wood, and we're gonna paint and caulk and all that happy stuff. And we're not gonna let our siding go all the way down to the roof like they did over here. See, I don't like that. If you ever look up instructions, and apparently they did not, the instructions say that it has to be up off the moisture area. And this is, as you can see, laying right on it. You always, start out with that starter, sure. But you don't run Hardie board down on your roof like this. It will deteriorate, rot, fall apart. Won't do you any good. So give yourself a little bit of room. This does have some room here, which is very nice. Right to here, room. And then look what happens when it ran out of room. As long as it had room, as soon as it didn't have room, look at that. Changed everything. Changed everything. As soon as the Hardie board touched the roof. Perfect example. Another perfect example. Fascia board. Touch the roof. That's all you have to do is touch it. This is just a piece of Hardie board they used as a fascia. This is what they do in North Carolina. As you can see, this is the sub fascia under it, and then this is the Hardie board, fascia board with some drip edge. Got a little hole right here I don't like too much. I'm gonna seal that. It's not my job. I'm just the only part of my job is the siding, so I got me and left-handed Paul from my other channel, Scrapping with Grandpa. And we're over here doing what we do. As soon as I pull a nail, you can tell how bad this stuff is. Look at that. Anytime you get this stuff close to the ground, it doesn't have a good painted edge on it, especially, see that? It's a raw edge. Back before, when they first started making this stuff, Paul, they never even did primer. See, if you notice this stuff, there's no primer on either side of it. Now the new stuff, when you buy it, has a pre-installed primer. Back in the day, they didn't prime it, and they didn't tell you about painting the edges, and people were putting it down just like this against the roof. And Hardie board is not made to be installed. It has to be like this here. Now, if you live in a snow area, you're going to have to be 2 inches. Now, remember that. Hardie board will absorb water, and this is what it turns into. It's just a whole bunch of layers, right, Paul?
5 layers.
About 5 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I see. 5 layers. 5 layers thick. Yep, and you don't want that. I mean, it's just absorbing. This piece down here at the bottom is going to get all wet. So anyway, we're going to get it up off the roof. These corner boards, they're rotting on the bottom side because of the water. That's what happens when you hit a nail. Another nail. Nice. This I can bring up on the roof with me, and it fits my iPhone in there perfectly. And I can point it where I'm working and record. So not only is it a pitch hopper for sitting on like that when you get on steep pitches or standing on, but you can hold your iPhone in there and record videos.